Yeah. All right, here we go. American Rebellion. My name's Jerry. How y'all doing? We got Larry Burns first in the box here, and we also got Matty K, who is Douglas still, and Nick, who apparently is cold, which is nice, I suppose.
No, everything's fine. Today's my kid's birthday, also 14.
Oh, both of them, yeah. They are twins, yeah. All right, so Jolene's with us. How you doing, Jolene? And Cold Nick, how you doing?
You know, it was like 74 right now. To be in the 50s. There's a little squelch on there.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's see. I gotta see something. Hold on. Yeah, it's working.
The minor technicalities.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Jared, tomorrow's the big day, right? The
I've already got the popcorn ready and everything.
If it happens.
Already got the popcorn going and ready to go, man. Can't wait. All this and probably nothing bad'll happen. It's kind of sad.
Well, I can see how it's going to play out. Trump will come out. He'll play nice for a little while. See if Biden will just fuck up on his own. Then he'll start goading him a little bit if he has to.
Well, now the big thing is taxes. So apparently everybody's saying he never paid any in his life, which is bullshit. But I don't know. Well, we got two whole people. Thank God for them.
Two is the loneliest number that there's ever been. What?
And I think I know why.
Now we have 0.
Yeah. Well, we got 3 if you count Nick. So there's altogether 7. Nice. Good thing Nick's padding the numbers. It's nice. Wow. What in the fuck is going on here lately? I mean, at least let's have 9 or 10. Oh, there's 3. So probably Larry's back. Alan McMullen. Very good. How you doing, Alan? Well, it's another Monday night.
Alan McMillan sits by the fire at night, and nobody cares. Alan McMillan. Do 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 do.
Wow. Back down to 4. That's nice. All right. Well, guess we should forge ahead. So tomorrow night is the debate. Apparently, there's some make bets predicting what will be said or what's happening next or whatever, and win money on it. Only in America can they take a presidential debate and make it into a contest.
Hey, that's capitalism, Jerry. You know, opportunity meets means, and there you go. You got capitalism
I guess.
on the street.
I guess. Alan says, I'm good, Jerry. How's things yours in neck of the woods? Well, it's been raining for like 2 days straight now. So, end of the year, water coming from the sky, I guess. The show must go on. Yeah. I don't know. Did you, Nick, did you happen to notice that we got a bad review on the page?
That again? That broke up bad.
That the page got a bad review.
No, I didn't look lately.
Because you're like an admin, I think now. You would get stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, some 18-year-old, 4-year-old wrote some stupid, ridiculous shit. So we're waiting to see if Facebook will take it off. I should have probably left it up, but who cares? But whatever.
Oh, is that the one that we're all a bunch of racists?
No, that was a while ago. This one happened like,
okay.
I don't know, it's either yesterday or the day before. It had the words poopy and pee-pee in it, so that should tell you what it was about. So, Destiny Paris is here. How you doing, Destiny?
Boy, Destiny, me Sheila over the down under the area over there.
This is ridiculous. I know we suck, guys, but good God, 6 fucking people, and it took 10 minutes to get there. It's downright depressing. Well, anyway.
Hey, do what you need. That's what you think.
All right, hold on a second. I'm checking something out. All right, so let's go to the news, I guess. Oh, Nancy is urging Democrats to shore up support in case Congress must decide the election. Who? Naylor? No. I saw a headline. I didn't read it. Listen, many of them, it's possible. Maybe his diaper blew out. I don't know. But There is an actual coup going on, led by many groups, Democrats included. Some of it are financed by China. BLM is involved, um, who are actively trying to overturn an election that Trump may win.
Did you see the guy that was the ballot harvesting for Omar in her district?
Yeah.
Of course, doesn't make any difference. But
Project Veritas. Yeah. I saw the preview. I didn't see if the new video had actually come out. Did it actually come out? I don't know. I gotta look that up because
I think it did.
It was supposed to come out today.
I know Sean Hannity is going to show it tonight.
Let's see, Project Veritas. Yeah, it's Project Veritas. I guess it is because it's 16 minutes and 43 seconds. So.
Well, you didn't even have to do that much research. Dude put it on social media, Instagram or something. Look at all the ballots. Plus, there's more to come.
Apparently.
Yeah, how many of his buddies were doing the same fucking thing?
Well, they're getting paid to do it. People are getting paid for their votes, and then they're collecting them all up, and whoever they're telling people who to vote for, and those that won't vote for Biden are going to shit. So if it's a fair election, President Trump will annihilate Biden. I agree with that, but it's not a fair election. This has been going on for a while. They've been setting this up for the last 2 years, and probably from before.
Well, they've been running a nonstop coup for 4 years now. So why stop now?
No, this is a real life thing where they're trying.
Yeah, now they're doing his tax returns again. That he doesn't pay taxes because he's good at doing business. I mean, it's like, it's not illegal. It's trying to just make him look fucking bad to everybody. But here's the problem with New York Times. In their same report that Trump, Orange Man bad, only paid $750 in taxes for the past however many years. Exonerated in a fucking article, but he didn't do anything wrong. Why is it such news break if he didn't do anything wrong? That's what businesses do. Well, it's not news breaking. They just want to throw it up in the air, see if anybody looks at it. That's all.
No, Larry, this is a real live coup attempt. This is not. I mean, there's no bullets going to be thrown. The military won't be involved, but there's no real. This is a real live coup attempt by the Democrats and many, many others. If you really want to be informed about all the people involved, watch Dan Bongino. He's been laying it out for 2 weeks now. Not to mention, if Trump does win, there's going to be massive fucking protests and riots. They're already planning them. You name it, it's happening. Worse than we've seen. Court cases. Joe Biden not conceding no matter what. And all the stuff that they've been doing, they're going to start blaming. They've been blaming on Trump, like the voter fraud and so on and so forth. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, But this got all the Democrats are scared, and I mean the politicians. So.
Oh yeah, they're shitting themselves right off.
Yeah, they are scared. So I don't know if maybe there is indictments. I don't fucking know. But this is not normal behavior just for an election.
They're gonna strap a suicide vest on fucking Joe tomorrow for the debate.
I'm telling you, people, if he gets reelected, now, I know we talked about the poison food and all that kind of shit last time, but somebody's gonna try to actually kill him.
No, I'm not sure. I'm thinking more of they want to do that. They'd already tried it, really, just like JFK.
But there are people, go on Twitter, get an account, go on Twitter. There are people that are fucking unhinged, literally need mental help today, 5 minutes ago. Many family sized jars of pills, the whole 9 yards. And there are some really shady people involved in all of this. Tiffany's here. How you doing?
Oh yeah, it's on both sides.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, this election is going to be chaos. It is not going to be decided on election night like it was, every other time. It's not going to. I'm telling you, this is going to be dangerous. There's a good chance that the courts may steal the presidency. There's at least a 50-50 chance. Virginia Pollock is here. How are you, Virginia? Anita's here.
And now, yeah, Jerry's looking at worst case scenario here, which
but
best case is Biden has to be like dragged off screaming like he wants to punch Trump out. That would be the best case scenario.
Listen, there's some rumors going around that Joe is going to lose the election tomorrow night, and they're going to get rid of him and put Michelle Obama in. And I've been saying this for a long time. The only one Trump would have problems with is Michelle Obama. I am telling you, people, that there is going to be election day is going to be like no other, and the violence afterwards is going to be like we've never seen in this country. It's not worst case scenario. Every single thing the Democrats are doing right now, like telling Nancy Pelosi, telling them to get their support going, so in case they have to decide the election. Dan Bongino has been laying this shit out, and almost everything he has said has come true in the background. So.
Oh yeah, I watch him pretty much every day. Some of his videos, he's dead on balls. I mean,
yep.
He's right.
And he used to be a Secret Service agent. He used to be a new NYPD cop. He's got a lot of contacts, and when he says something, it's 99% of the time comes true. Okay. They're terrified if he wins, he'll actually do what he says and really mess up things for behind-the-scene power holders of course. And some of those power holders are people like Nancy Pelosi. They are afraid of him winning again. They don't hate him; they're scared of him. And I don't know what's going on behind the scenes at the White House. Nobody knows what they know. even though everybody on social media seems to think they do. But I'm telling you, people, I'm telling you. You guys look up election integrity
Oh
group
yeah.
and election integrity group. Look them up. Okay. There's ballot harvesting since day one, and all the liberals are out there saying there is no corruption. They're already talking about how the Project Veritas video from Minnesota, where Omar is, her district, I think it's the 5th district, is bullshit, and he's a fraud and a fake. With you go on with Wikipedia and you look up his name and his biography deal there, and they say he deceptively edits videos and is a conspiracy theorist. Okay.
Which is wrong, because every time he's been sued, he's never lost.
That's right. That's right.
100% correct every time.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Omar should be Omar and
That's all well and good, but she seems to have a little Teflon fucking vest on her since she got elected.
Yeah, that's true. But she's inside the political machine now. She's part of it.
I mean,
makes it harder.
Paying her boyfriend out of her campaign fund. Yeah, it's like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got enough shit. She could be indicted for all kind of shit. They will not do it.
The Democrats have amassed lawyers to tie up the results forever. Yep, the Biden campaign has hired a shitload of them. The DNC has hired a shitload of them. They are trying, what they're trying to do is, if worse comes to worse, is tie up the election as long as possible. And at some point, I think it's 30 days or something, Nancy Pelosi becomes the president of the United States. That's the rules. Why do you people think that Trump is putting this judge up? And Mitch McConnell is going to get her.
Exactly why he's putting her up.
It's exactly right. Because you can't trust Roberts, and you can't trust. You can only trust what's his name, Kavanaugh, so much. That's, you know, when you have at best a 1-vote lead in the Supreme Court, you need some cushion there. So.
Well, it's the same thing. I mean, fucking Camel Toe has to debate Pence after the first presidential debate, I believe. I don't think he'll have that much of a problem with her either.
Well, he's had no problem with the one, what's his name, from last time. I mean, he's one of that debate, the vice presidential debate. That guy just looked like a fucking psycho saying this, Trump is racist, Trump is racist, Trump is racist, and Trudeau made him look silly. Or not Trudeau, Pence. Sorry. I can't tell you how much I love Trump. I hope it's a landslide in the elections.
I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I can picture his face. I can't think of his name, which is fine, because he had this psycho liberal look in his face. They all got the same thing in their eyes. And he just kept saying Trump was racist. And Pence just kept. And Kamala Harris, I put out a
now,
video.
You think they would actually try to slip Michelle Obama in there? I was thinking more like Buttigieg or something. I don't know.
No. Buttigieg wouldn't have a chance. Well, it depends. You know, at this point, Buttigieg wouldn't have a chance. They'll probably keep Joe, but I'm just saying. The only person, I'm telling you, the only person Trump would have a problem with if they ran was Michelle Obama. She could beat him. Everybody else, there'd be no chance. If this is a fair election, the Democrats would be in the corner crying right now. His name was Tim Kaine from Tiffany Sullivan. Yeah.
You know, and I wouldn't doubt that they get all kinds of gear, you know, signs, all kinds of shit printed up for her already. People are already pumped up to bust out with it. That wouldn't surprise me a bit.
To be honest, nothing would surprise me at this point. Every single thing the Democrats have been saying for 2 years straight, and I mean everything, is a lie. Question: when all the Somali refugees were sent here, were they fast-track citizenship? I have no idea, Larry. I have no idea. I know that she lied on her paperwork and everything, saying that her brother or something was her husband, and you know, had that whole deal. And apparently they were really married.
Well, there's another facet too, that most of her family was living in fucking claimed to come to the United States. She should have gone over there with the rest of them and be, you know, on Sadiq Khan's lap.
Yeah. Even the lefty wanker media here is doing hit pieces about Trump from Destiny Paris. Yeah, everyone, the whole world doesn't like him, as far as the power brokers. But the Democrats and the people that are in power in the United States, and there's quite a few outside the United States, that are afraid of him. Because I think he got in there and realized just how corrupt Washington was. Because that's the only way. We all know that they're corrupt. We do not, no clue of just how corrupt they are. I don't believe Obama will run. She would lead to the destruction of her husband. Too much attention to them is not safe. They have too much to lose. Obama is much more effective behind the scenes, as we have noticed. She couldn't ruin her. There's no way once she is in, if she got the presidency, okay, there would be no way to ruin anybody's legacy. The left would be delirious with happiness. They don't care about Obama. They do not care. They everything. Shit. Just said. So what did you say about it a few minutes ago, Nick? Is that whole New York Times thing?
Fascinating. Yeah, it's bullshit, because what they're claiming that, oh, he only paid $750 for the past 2 or 3 years in taxes, whatever. Well, here's the deal: when you run businesses as much as he runs, and you have capital gains losses, you don't pay fucking an income tax on it. So he's just using the rules. Plus, you don't think IRS would be all over his ass right now?
Plus, he hasn't taken a salary in 3 years. Okay, so there's a lot of things involved with taxes. There's a lot of things involved with taxes. And my guess, he's paying more than most people will pay in 10 years. if not longer. Every year he pays.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the whole fucking point. Like, I get my taxes done. They try to get you to pay the least amount possible, or get you to come close to break even. It's just the fucking American way.
Mm.
What
And ever told their account, I want you to pay as much taxes as you possibly can pay on my behalf.
Yeah. Nobody.
Nobody.
The thing is, even these tiny little liberals in the street, they make, say 20 grand a year. They got to pay $1,000 in taxes. They will do everything they can to pay, 500. So, but it's the president of the United States is Donald Trump. He should be paying $12 trillion a year. Probably more than he should be paying more than he makes. Larry Burns says same thing here. The left-wing media is all over it. It's sickening.
Well,
and
it
it's
shows
not
you
true.
how far they got it. They've sunk. I mean, they got. It's like, well, what are they trying to say? He should feel guilty that he's wealthy and only pays, nothing or close to nothing in taxes. Well, that's the American way. That means he's good at what he does. So let's reelect him.
Yeah.
He's not donating his used draws to charity like Clinton.
Yeah. Phil McClam is here. How you doing, Phil? Tiffany says this tax ploy shit is just a bullshit jab. They literally couldn't think of anything else at the end of last week. Kind of like the grab them by the pussy thing. Who freaking cares? The big businesses are secretly supporting Trump. We just hear from the loudmouths. There's real power behind Trump that we don't hear from. Yeah. Trump is one of the most powerful presidents we've ever had. And the reason is, it's very simple. When you boil it all down, it has to do with money. Big business likes money. Small business likes money. People like money. Everybody likes money. And the more you make, the more you like the president. It's just that fucking simple. Now, you can go through all the little minute details and everything. There are billions of them, but I'm telling you right now, it has to do with money. But because these companies are all woke, apparently, they have to hate him or say they do. But in the end, behind the scenes, they're all raking in the dough. So, they like that shit. And they know what Biden, all they're going to end up doing is Biden's going to raise taxes on not only the people of the United States, but also small business, large business, and most of them are going to pull out of the country, and they know it, for smaller tax brackets and so forth and on. We're going to have a recession or a downright depression. The stock market is going to crash down. They all know it. I mean, it don't take no stock market analyst or a genius to figure this shit out. Considering the times nowadays, I think he's the best president ever. Yeah. He, I keep saying, because
hard to refute that one.
You can't say he's the best president ever. You have to say he's the best. He's done the most for like black people, other than maybe Lincoln. And Lincoln, by freeing the slaves, did very little else for them. A lot of them starved to death in refugee camps because he did very little else for them. He freed the slaves, but it was a political move. Simple. It was a political move.
Well, I'll even one up. He's the best president we could have right now.
To put it in perspective, that's exactly true. I can't, in order for this all to
after the 8 years that Obama put us through.
Yeah. We are still, even with 8 years of Trump, if we get it, okay, we are still one president away from socialism. These people have a foothold. Look what's happening in the streets. Look who's letting that happen in the streets. Unless people wake the fuck up and start putting common sense people who, are tired of the bullshit into office, I'm telling you, we're one president away from this all falling apart. The whole goddamn country. And at some point, we're going to have a Democratic president, a Democratic House, and a Democratic Senate. And then it's over. And why? Because the Republicans spent 8 years with Obama, letting him do whatever he wants, screaming at the rafters, but doing nothing.
Well, I don't know, Jerry. There's some candidates we could have up for the next election that wouldn't be terrible. I mean, obviously, Trump and Biden are both fucking pushing 80. Let's, be realistic. You gotta kind of, mix it up a little bit. There's Republican candidates that could probably do well in the future.
More than likely,
and AOC and AOC and Omar, Prez and VP in 2024.
My biggest problem with all this isn't even Trump or the Democrats. My problem is with the Department of Justice. Where in the fuck? It's like we don't have one. Stephen is here. How you doing, Stephen? We don't have a Department of Justice. I don't know what the fuck these people are doing. Half of them seem like they're working against Trump. And Barr, he keeps talking big, and now they're talking about the Durham reporters are going to come out till after the election and all this bullshit. If Biden gets in, it all goes away. Lincoln was.
I'm looking at Barr is almost like Jeff Sessions, except he talks more. Kinda.
Yeah. Listen, Tiffany Sullivan says my list of great presidents: Washington, Lincoln, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Reagan, and Trump. I would go with Washington. I would go with Reagan and Trump. Lincoln was a politician. If you really read up on the Civil War, he was just as fucking. He did a lot of un-American shit. And the freeing of the slaves was a political move to help further break the South. He was just as racist as anyone else at the time and did not care what happened to them afterwards. He wanted to actually send them all back. That's what he wanted to do. And Roosevelt had quite a bit of socialist bullshit going on in his administration. The New Deal. All kinds of shit. Government. He suspended habeas corpus.
Oh, well, he had to. He almost instituted communism with the work detail. What do they call that? The
New Deal.
They had to get into the new goddamn in World War II to stimulate the economy.
Yep. Roosevelt there were a lot of problems with Roosevelt. Lincoln, I've actually lost a lot of respect with Lincoln, and for many, many reasons. Because once you get past the top of the onion and you start peeling off the layers, back then, you got to remember the Republican Party was the liberal party. And the Democrats were the hard asses. And they controlled most of the country. They were different kind of Democrats. Not that means they were great, because many of their policies were not. The difference now is the Republicans are the conservatives, the Democrats are the socialist, communist, liberal, progressive pieces of shit. And in the end, they're useless because they don't do anything at this point, other than, Orange Man bad. What did they put up another stimulus bill?
And yes, there was Jerry's synopsis of the recent history of the 20th century.
I mean, what have they done? They just put up a new stimulus bill.
Fascinating.
They just put up a new stimulus bill, $2.2 trillion, which is approximately just over $1 trillion more.
You know the guy,
Yes.
what's $1,200,000,000,000? Wait a minute. Come on, man. What's going on here?
I don't know. I have no idea. Are you losing your mind?
No, I was being Joe Biden there.
Oh, I see. Rank your presidents, all history included. I believe Trump is in the top 5 easily. What he's done for the country and its citizens. I'll tell you something else. You forgot Kennedy, because Kennedy was about to unload on quite a few people. The theory is that's why he was killed. So.
Yeah. Well, that's the biggest conspiracy there's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
You got 20 sides to that coin.
Well, we've discussed it ad nauseum, but he was killed, and there were people in government, I guarantee, were involved. There were definitely people of power outside the government that were involved in that. You're not going to tell me somebody with the brain pan of freaking Lee Harvey Oswald is going to pull that whole damn thing off. Sorry. And make that shot. So, but, we could argue about who the best is, who is. Right now, Trump is the guy we needed because he's a pit bull, and he don't give a crap about whose feelings he hurts.
No, I'm Lee Harvey. I watched the interview with the dude that worked in the same place and picked him up and gave him a ride to work that morning. And they were interviewing this guy, and it was like 10 minutes. They're like, well, was he out of sorts, or did he seem nervous? And he was like, no, it just looked like any other day, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so what the fuck does this prove?
Mm-hmm.
He was a psycho. You're going to see him being nervous or nothing. That's meaningless. The whole it was their ride to work. I'm like, this proves nothing.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, the internet is full of proof that isn't proof on every subject you can imagine. Trump now knows exactly what happened with Kennedy. He went, oh, really? Let's continue his path. I suppose that's possible. See, the thing is, we can sit here and give opinions till the cows come home. The only ones that know anything are the ones sitting inside the White House and working there. And I imagine they know quite a few things that the American public doesn't know. And if they did, the entire country would explode. Now, we know things that we know, that everybody knows. We know things that, all the politicians are lying. We know that there's corruption on both sides of the aisle in Washington, D.C., by far. We know that there are some people who are probably not corrupt, but there ain't enough of them. We don't know the depth And in many cases, we don't know who exactly is involved, which is going to be many people outside the government. And yes, our old friend George Soros is one of them. Okay. And, everything bad coming out of the world is not coming from George Soros. There are many billionaires and millionaires out there trying to do their part to Orange Man bad the country. We know that Soros is behind a lot of Black Lives Matter and shit like
Soros
that, but then so is China.
Become like a synonym for
yeah,
the kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, his name is just synonymous with subversive shit.
Yeah, but you also have people like Mark Zuckerberg and Twitter and YouTube and all these big social media sites that are doing the same thing. Half of the newscasters in this country, although maybe not rich, they're putting in their part with rhetoric and bullshit facts. True, Jerry, but common sense, logic, and information across the board is very relevant in formulating possibilities. No one, even the movers and shakers. Well, that's true, Virginia. That is true. And you can pick this and pick that and think this is the truth or that's the truth. But we do not know the full truth of what's really going on. Trump does. The people, some of the people at high, nobody knew anything about the Russia thing until they actually did an investigation and really looked into it. Apparently, we'll never find out what really happened in Benghazi. We'll never find out a lot of these things with the IRS and everything else. Soros is 90.
Because you don't need to fucking know it.
Some of it
That was a sick fucking question. You're a sick individual, and I'm not sick enough to answer that question because you don't deserve it.
Well, la-di-da. Soros.
Why, me and Jerry, you're a pedestrian. You are a fucking a flea on the nuts of the DC elite. You don't need to know a fucking thing. That's the problem.
I am. How about you? Are you that?
I'm calling all of us that. Yes.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that. I do.
In their mindset.
Yeah, yes. It's nice. That's nice. I'm a flea on the nuts of politicians. That's nice. Beautiful. Tina Scott and Deborah Cole are here. To answer Tiffany, that's true. He is old and he's going to die eventually, whatever. Unless, of course, he's on some sort of injections made of children and puppies and stuff. I don't know. But he has a son, and his organization is well represented.
Yeah, maybe he'll get Carvo.
Yeah, all kinds of things happening. It doesn't matter if George Soros is actually there anymore. It'll be his son directing traffic, or it'll be one of his many freaking. As long as the money, George Soros is just the guy who hands out the money, and he doesn't even do it. He has people that do that for him. George Soros has the money. That's all. He has.
What's the sad thing with all of them, the Clintons, Soros? There's so many layers of deniability that you're never. Why do you think they aren't fucking in jail already? Come on, don't be fucking naive. Naive.
Unfortunately,
whatever you call it.
Unfortunately, they will not be in jail. They will not.
Soros, he plays it smart because he donates to non-profits that can donate the money anywhere they want to.
Yep.
He doesn't donate directly to the people that are calling the shots around here. It's a non-profit. And the non-profit funnels the money into the other people. It's money laundering is what it is.
Yeah, actually, but he's like a drug czar. He doesn't touch
It's
the
not
drugs.
complicated. Yeah, you gotta have it change hands fucking 5 times.
Yeah.
Then it don't work its way back up to you.
Stephen Tolliver is driving. Yeah, you don't need another car wreck, Steve. Stop texting and driving, please. Um, he's like a drug czar. He never touches the drugs. He's got people to do that for him. Layers upon layers of people. The only way you get to the drug czar is if you turn one person at the bottom and then turn another person at the next level, and the next level, and the next level, and the next level, and the next level. And it goes on forever. And in the end, our Justice Department goes after the little guy, but never seems to go after anybody big. Anybody who thinks that Hillary is going to jail, or Obama, or Holder, or Lynch, or George Soros is hallucinating.
Or Jerry's personal favorite, Valerie.
President Valerie, yep. The kind of money is laundered through so many outside interests that it's impossible to connect them. I don't know if it's impossible to connect him, but and Trump got into office and everybody expected Hillary to be in handcuffs the next day. It don't fucking
And
work that
almost
way.
virtually impossible to prove it.
Yeah.
That watered down dimension.
Because you have to remember something. The government has all kinds of lawyers and money and so on and so forth. So do they. Okay? So do they. Whoever they're going after in the government or whoever, like Hillary Clinton or Obama, they have money too. And they have a shitload of lawyers too. And they're not some hump lawyer living in the barrio. They're high-end lawyers who specialize in whatever they're dealing with. They got 25 lawyers working on it, and then they got 25 of their own lawyers. The lawyers have lawyers working on it. And once they get the evidence against him, he goes to a non-extradition country. Now you look at the other part of this.
So yeah, when you got that many layers, you got like a year's warning. So you're gonna make plans to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Not to mention, you have people on the front lines big time, like Mark Zuckerberg owns this lovely Facebook. The guy owns Twitter, who owns YouTube, all these places. They are just blatantly what they're doing. Those people, what they're doing is not fucking with us. They're not fucking with us personally. You, me, anybody doing videos, anybody posting stuff, they're not fucking with us. They are fucking with information.
Me and you and a dog named Blue.
First of all, it's Boo, not Blue. Okay, they're fucking with information. They're putting out fake information, and they're taking down true information. And every now and again, and then you have places like Wikipedia, who in other places on the internet that enforce things we know to be true. Okay, things we may have seen, things we may have heard, but they are there to enforce the fact that they're conspiracy theories. Okay. And it doesn't take a hell of a lot of money if you own Facebook to do this shit, or you own Wikipedia to do this shit. Look at the Drudge Report. The Drudge Report used to be the most conservative news center, aggregate center on the internet. They've gone liberal. They've gone orange man bad.
Well, I've heard of the Drudge Report. I remember the guy was sort of like, didn't he start out as like a shock jock or something? I don't remember. But I never really gravitated toward him.
Okay. But Matt Drudge, I think he's dead. But he started it as a conservative outlet. It's an aggregate site, so you could get to CNN. You could go to a lot of different places. They had articles from a lot of different places. Plus, they had links to almost every news organization on the planet. It's a very simple-looking site. Steven says, my team of lawyers. Okay? Now, I want to go to court against half-price book, or anybody for that matter. I have a team of Jerry. And I'm going to lose. It's going to be thrown out of court for some reason. Jolene says, I love Orange Man. Me too. I don't love him, but I think he's doing a hell of a job. They are creating false narratives to keep the hate alive against Trump. They blocked the truth. So there's another group. Our fact checkers are people that are getting paid by Facebook.
Liberal dumb shit.
Yeah, they're getting paid by Facebook to fact check people, mostly conservatives. Okay, are you going to go to Zuckerberg and tell him, well, this is actually true? When Zuckerberg says it's not, you're not going to be a fact checker long. Why are you against half-price books? Stephen wants to put half-price books under his heel and crush them into the ground into a fine powdery powder. That's what he does. There must be a storm coming. My feed is worse than a long time.
I don't know what that means.
He just told the story the other night. He got harassed in the half-price books
Half-price books.
He got harassed. He got harassed at the half-price books by some fucking dweedlehead over a mask.
Oh yeah. I remember that, but I thought you said he was going to stomp on a book somehow. I don't.
No, I said that he wants to stomp them into a very fine powder. He has 6 lawyers working on it, and it's a federal lawsuit. So.
Well, alrighty. Yeah, I don't like half-price books either. I guess I'm down with you, man. I'm riding.
Yep. Nick, feel free to break in anytime, buddy.
Half-price books probably aren't ones you want to read anyway.
That's true. Well,
there's a reason they're half-price.
What is? Did they only print like half the letters in the word or something? Are they like abnormals or irregulars or something? What is this? What do you gotta do? You gotta try to decipher the fucker?
I don't know.
I can understand if they've been out for 10 years or something and shit. At that point, it's gonna be on a 99-cent book sale. But a lot of books that come out immediately go half price because they ain't worth the shit.
I mean, writing a book ain't fucking hard. I could write a bestseller in probably I'll go 3 weeks at the outside.
Let's see. Jolene said the storm was so bad last night, my trailer was shaking. My poor dogs. Wait a minute. Hi, Deborah. Are you feeling okay? I know your heart has been broken. What happened, Deborah? Anyway, while we're waiting on the answer to that, Stephen was looking for a book cover for his Bible.
What do you want to ask me? I'd write an autobibliographical thing, about my life and experiences and shit.
Well, we have a guest here, I think. We'll see. We don't have a guest. Oh, now we have a guest. Hello, Stephen. How are you?
Okay. I'm doing good. Matt, you crack me up. Half Price Books is the Dollar General of bookstores.
There you go.
Okay. You have Barnes and Noble. You have other. Okay. But Half Price Books, they will buy used books, and they'll sell used books at half price and other accessories. Okay.
The fuck do you need accessories? What do you get for accessories?
Well, you got
a pair of glasses.
You got book.
Well, there's like book covers, sliders, notepads, just all kinds of stuff. But the fact of the matter is when they harass a combat veteran with PTSD that has a viable reason not to wear a mask, they violate the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act. They violate your civil rights, and then there's harassment on it. So I filed a lawsuit. It's my 9th lawsuit since April.
Stephen's gonna
Well,
be a millionaire.
Stephen, I've only been fooling around with you and shit, and I ain't got no lawyer, so don't turn them dogs my way. Okay, what do you?
Here's the unfortunate thing in America. If you don't have the ability to hire lawyers to fight for your rights when you're being violated through stupid mandates that even laws, it's people like me, it's for those of us who can't afford it, it's our time to step up and fight for the little guy. Because this lawsuit will set a precedent, and all my other lawsuits that I have against other stores and corporations will set the precedent for guys like you who don't have the means to do what I'm doing, that you can walk into the store and you can tell them, shove that mask up your ass because I'm not going to wear it.
I live in Florida. I don't have to worry about it.
There was a young lady in Ohio that was arrested at her son's football game for not wearing a mask.
Yeah, she was tased too.
It's not a law. It's not a law, so she didn't break a law. And they can't. And it's against the law to criminally trespass somebody who's her child play. So she has a lawsuit, which I am willing to pay for her legal fees to sue the school district and the police department. Because the way she was treated is bullshit.
I agree. She got tased.
Oh, yeah, it certainly was. But what's your cut out of it there? Steve O'Day, what's the cut going to be? What do you want, 10% or 20? What do you want to do?
I don't... You see, you assume I want something in return.
I'm fucking with you, okay? Take it easy, man.
Relax,
Okay.
everybody.
See, there are people, though, Matt, that they think that I want something in return, offering help to the little people. I don't want nothing. I want every American to be free, to decide what is right and wrong for them. By the age of 5, you know the difference between right and wrong. and you know what works for you and you know what doesn't work for you. But here's the thing, Matt, what might work for you in a certain situation may not work for the next person. But you shouldn't be disallowed. This is what Donald Trump wants for the American people. He wants us all to be sovereign and to decide for ourselves what we want.
That's true.
I've met the man. I know it's true.
You've met Donald Trump?
Yes, I have.
Okay. All right. Well, and you said six or 9 lawsuits going.
I have these 6 attorneys that are handling just this one lawsuit against Half Price Book.
Okay.
The other 8 lawsuits are in litigation, and every one of them has expressed a desire to settle out of court.
Yeah, so they can keep doing what they're doing.
Hey, sounds good to me. I hear things.
Well, like
we settle it.
you take Walmart. They had a mask mandate. They had a sign out front, but they weren't enforcing it. I went in the other day. I actually went in the outdoor again, which I find hilarious for some reason. I'm apparently very small-minded, but nevertheless, the girl screams across the little, about 6-8
it's
feet.
Freudian.
Would you like a mask, sir?
In through the outdoor.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Matt, for your psychological opinion there. But anyway, she yells at me from for 10 feet away. Would you like a mask, sir? And I'm like, I don't know. A guy holding a party went to jail for a year. Yeah. There was a guy holding the party, went to jail for a year, not following the BS rules, and it's happening more and more. This lady got tased, and they're going to say she was resisting arrest, of course, but which she probably was, I guess. But how do you do that?
Well,
when you see the pictures of the people,
I got into a debate with somebody who said, well, she was asked to leave, and when she refused, she was then criminally trespassing. So I asked one of my attorneys to do some searching on this and what are the legalities of everything that happened. And this is what he told me. He said that her tax dollars pays for the school and the arena. She had every right to be there. She was sitting with her own family members, and the closest non-family members were at least 6 feet away. They were outdoors. They had no right to criminally trespass her, no legal right, because she was not breaking a law. Not wearing a face mask is not breaking the law.
No, it's not a law. It's an edict sent down from above. But they treat it as a law because they get to fine you and they get to put you in jail. They get to do a lot of things. Plus, nobody gets arrested for not wearing a mask. They get arrested for not wearing a mask, resisting arrest, this and that and the other. There's always 5 different charges so that they can put you in jail.
Well, in order for them to arrest her, she would have to be breaking the law, which she was not. Refusing to leave the facility does not give the school the right to criminally trespass her, because that is technically part of her property. That belongs to every taxpayer in that district.
I agree, Jolene. Yeah, Joe.
It doesn't belong to the town. It doesn't belong to the school board. It belongs to the people.
Yeah, but the government, any government
So-
building belongs to the people, but the government doesn't act that way. The government says it belongs to them. And I can understand that to a point. Like you got Portland, they're burning down a federal courthouse. I mean, you can't have that.
Well,
But over a football game where she wasn't really doing anything other than not wearing a mask, and some Karen or some Kevin or somebody called the police on her, and you know, things got bad to worse. You know, I mean, you don't tase somebody over that.
well, I find it hard to believe that the rent-a-cop didn't think twice before he's like, I want a taser. The racial group, but still, I find it a little strange.
Yeah. But here's the strange thing. People who are protesting and rioting in Ohio, there's no problem with them not wearing a mask. They
Right.
don't get arrested for not wearing a mask. They're not asked to leave the middle of the street where I'm telling you right now, my right hand to God, if there's a bunch of protesters blocking the road and I need to use that road, I am going to run them the fuck over.
Many people feel that way. Many people feel that
And
way.
guess what? I have enough money. I have enough money to hire the best lawyers in the country to defend me and have me acquitted of any charges that they would bring against me.
Well,
Just call me O.J. Simpson.
Well,
Second.
ready.
well, you know what? That's
We'll work with that tidbit.
listen, in the end, obviously he's right. Justice is for the people who have the money to buy it. You can buy good lawyers. Believe me, you can get out of a lot of shit most of the time. Fortunately, most of us don't have that money to buy the high-end lawyers. We get
Biden and Kamala Harris. But this is the sad part.
Hey,
You see
Franklin.
where Biden and Kamala Harris are urging the rich people to bail these people out and pay for their legal funds?
Yeah. Yep. And the people they're letting out are really
So if
something else.
and if these asshat politicians can do it and actually urge people with money to do this for the protesters, I can do it because what I do with my money is my business. And if I have to hire lawyers for all the little guys that are being, unjustly arrested, I will. I'll go broke taking care of their legal fees.
Well, I wouldn't do that, Stephen, but
Because it's time for Americans to stand up for what this country was founded on. We're a republic, and they turned it into a socialist democracy.
yep. Well, that's actually true.
Okay, I've ranted enough. I'll see you in the comment section.
All right, take care, Stephen. Thank you.
So, Stephen, are you ready to watch the debate tomorrow?
He's gone, I believe. He'll be in the comments, so we'll ask him
What the fuck
again
you
in a
doing
minute.
over there, Jerry?
I didn't do anything. He said he was going to go. He's driving, which is fine.
Been driving all night, my hands wet on the wheel. Meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow.
We have a lot of stakes set up. that are not actual laws that they can fine you for or put you in jail. Hey, Deborah. We got Franklin is here. We got Eric Driver is here. So I don't know if I missed anybody. If I did, I'm sorry. But we whatever and arrested, whatever. And if you ever notice these mask things, it's always other charges they get arrested for. It's never for just the mask. And, you know, like Walmart for the longest time had a mask mandate, but they were not enforcing it. Where I live, anyway. Okay. Apparently, and I heard something about this, but I don't know how true it is. Jolene says in Florida you can run them over if they're blocking the road. I love Florida. We actually have a fairly good governor so far that stands up to the left at all costs.
Come on, Jerry. Do you really want to run somebody over?
Yes.
In reality?
Yes.
I mean, even if they don't.
Listen, if they're surrounding my damn truck and they're beating on my truck and I'm thinking, you know, if they get me out of here, I'm dead. Yeah, I will run them over in a New York fucking second.
I didn't say get away. No, I didn't say evade, but I mean to actually, you know, be coming down the street and go, I'm gonna get this motherfucker. That's what I mean.
No, I don't think Stephen would do that either. I don't think most people would do that. But at this point, you get caught up amongst these idiot protesters on the road, they are going to attack you. And I got news for you. They start attacking my truck or something, I am going to floor the gas and run them the fuck over. Yes. Okay. And then I will stop the truck a mile or two away and I will call the police and tell them to come get me.
Put in reverse and go about 10 feet. Then I'll put it in forward and go about 10 feet out on whoever's laying behind me.
Right. I'm not just going to run somebody over because they're in the road. I'm going to run them over because they're doing something to me, which is what most people do. But you have people out there, they've come up on a group of people that are out in the middle of a freaking busy highway and they get scared immediately because they know what's going to happen. And on a highway, there's only usually one way to go. It's not like you can back up.
So yeah, the best advice is do not stop. Do not stop. Maybe slow down, try to get around it, but do not stop any fucking place.
Nope. Which is why I'm relatively happy that I live where I do, because that shit does not happen here. Okay. We'll see if your prediction will happen at debate tomorrow. I'm hoping, but it probably won't because I'm hoping so much. I think he's going to get mad a couple of times. I think he's going to fumble over words. I think he's going to do a lot of the things he's been doing, unless he's been faking it the whole fucking time, which I find hard to believe. Joe Biden will be getting an obscene amount of help from Chris Wallace. Yeah, of all the people they could have picked, why would they pick Chris Wallace?
I don't think it makes any difference who it is. But it might shield them for, you know, a few minutes, but I don't think it's going to work that well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he claimed, I read today, he claims he's not going to be a referee. He's going to be as hands-off as possible.
Yeah, he lies. No, it has nothing to do with that. He's going to... He is going to ask a bunch of, gotcha questions to Trump and so forth, and probably to Biden too. And, he's going to be like, he's trying to be everybody's hero is what he's going to be. Let's see. Dusty says, what blows my mind is those drivers that just sit idle in their cars while these regressives kick the crap out of their car. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I am going to hit the gas and go as fast as I can through them. I'm not going to back up like Matt says, but I'm going to take out a few of them. If one of them has the balls to get on the hood of my vehicle with something to break my windshield, he's going to die. Because I'm going to shoot him right through the fucking windshield. That's what I'm gonna do. Funny thing about the mask, my son had a pistol in his car. He has a bandana he wears as a mask and sometimes purchases smoke in Colorado. Oh, purchases smoke in Colorado. He also has his baggies in his console for when he's on an archaeological dig. He handed me my pistol, telling me he can get into enough trouble without it being a felony. Yeah, because you're not really supposed to wear a mask of any kind when you're armed.
What, he's smoking dope on an archaeological dig?
Yeah,
What's he doing?
that's what he's-
Digging up unicorns?
No, it's legal in Colorado. Let's see. Joe Biden faking it might be part of the plan. That's been in the back of my mind for some time, but he deserves an Academy Award. Let's face it. So that's probably not true. And that's just my opinion. That's nothing I've heard or anything like that. But it's just the thing that, you know, if the Democrats are smart enough, if they would have done that and put him on the stage with Trump and made him sound normal, that would have been how that would have been. I lay odds Joe never shows up and Kamala offers to be a stunt double. Did you hear Harris's speech today? No, I try not to listen to her.
I wouldn't
Hurts
doubt
my ears. Hurts my ears. They will have the same questions asked to each of them.
But the whole debate, I mean, it's supposed to be, what, an hour and a half or 2 hours? Biden only does 15 minutes at a clip.
Yeah.
And he's got to go fucking rest the rest of the day.
Yeah.
He can't fucking physically.
They're saying he's been off most of the month of September, or I guess last month, October or whatever. But I'm sorry, August. He was off most of the month instead of campaigning. So, I have an old Chevy Suburban. May not be a lot to a lot of people, but you break my shit, we'll have a problem because I'm proud of my truck. There you go. I hate my truck, but nobody's gonna fuck it up. And if they do, they're gonna get run over. You're dumb enough to do that shit. You know, you're gonna fight a vehicle. You kind of deserve what you get. You're a moron. But it's not gonna happen here.
Somebody's gonna fuck up my truck. It's gonna be me.
Yeah.
Busting somebody's neck.
Yeah. My wife was telling me this morning there's a lot of drugs they can give him to make him sound credible. I don't know. My guess, if he took a drug test, they'd find a lot
possibly
of stuff
for 15 minutes, but I don't think it's going to do the whole 2 hours.
You don't know what.
I think this is Biden's last stand. They're going to just throw him out there in the debate and go, here it is. If you can handle it, handle it. If not, then we're going to go to plan B. I think that's what's happening. They got to finally throw him in the fucking deep end to see if he can sink or swim. It's got to come down to it sooner or later.
Alan McMillan says it's going to be 4 15-minute sessions is what I heard. Will it be on CNN? No, I think it's on Fox. Chris Wallace works for Fox. You know, I have an old 78 Ford truck. I love mine too. Plus, she has the van that you're going to live under a bridge down by the river with, man. Don't forget. Don't forget. But I think if he did take,
no
Who says so?
well, no, Jolene has a van.
Like to have one.
Jolene has the perfect van for you if you buy it. To go live under a bridge down by the river. You'll be fine. I refuse to watch that fiasco. Biden gets questions like his name, who's he married to, and ignorant crap like that. Then Trump gets, why haven't you cured COVID or whatever Russian, or what Russian you're getting help from? Yeah, I know. And you know what it is, Deborah? It's entertainment. That's all it is. Okay. I think.
I mean, all Trump's got to say is, "Hey, I bet corn pop actually kick the shit out of you, and Biden will go nuts.
Nick says he refused to take a drug test prior to the debate, of course, because they would find out what kind of psychological drugs he's taking to keep him from fucking dribbling grits all the time. Max is with us. Greetings, fellow mortals. How you doing? I think Trump should have that, what's her name? The Tara Reid woman that Joe supposedly molested in a parking garage or someplace.
Now, in the whole of Congress, Joe allegedly pinned her up against the wall and proceeded to violate her dignity.
So there you go. Or how about this? Trump packs the front row with ancestors of genuine Native American pony soldiers. Well, I think what is going to happen, truthfully, is not much of anything. Sadly. I think Trump will probably beat him, and this is what will happen after. That everyone on the left will say Biden wiped the floor with him, and everybody on the right will say Trump wiped the floor with him. Blah, blah, blah. Joe will accuse him of being a Russian spy.
They'll say Biden told him at the end.
Yep.
Passed out.
Yeah, and if Joe says something antagonistic towards Trump, like I'll take you out back and kick your ass, everybody on the left will cheer that, and maybe he'll be everybody's hero, and so on and so forth. It's the way it is. I don't think there will be a fight on stage. I don't think this will fumble over his words quite a few times. And I got to tell you, you probably should be sad about that. Not about Joe Biden, but the fact that the Democrats put up a guy who was obviously mentally irregular. Joe Biden's a piece of garbage, obviously, but this is like elder abuse at this point.
They're actually taking, it's a big, I guess, Vegas thing with the bookies, taking bets on what nickname Trump's going to come out with first to call Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Piss him off.
There's got to be like better than hiding Biden and Sleepy Joe. I mean, there's got to be stuff better than that. Chris Wallace is a terrible person. He's definitely a liberal. He's a Democrat.
Well, you call him Joe Mr. No-Show since he doesn't campaign anymore.
Chris Wallace is a fake conservative who somehow has cobbled together this reputation for being a tough reporter by asking, quite frankly, a lot of leading questions in a very condescending way that just pisses everybody the fuck off. President Trump will be accused of mocking a handicapped man.
Then, his dad had quite a standing in the news community, Mike.
Well,
Dad, I'm Mike Wallace's fucking son, so he's going to get a job.
The Democrats have an agenda that almost scares me. It should scare you. It shouldn't almost scare you. It should scare the shit out of you because they are implementing it. It was the top story. Now it's down a little bit. It's moved down. But Speaker urges Dems to shore up support in case Congress must decide election. Guys, they have been working for this for 2 years. And then they put Nancy Pelosi, and the House of Representatives gets to pick the next president. the lawsuits, the hiring of lawyers, the ballot harvesting, everything, the fake news. One scandal a week, every single week. Most 99% of them have been bullshit. I suspect there's going to be there's going to be women coming out again that say they see sexually molested them. Anything they can think of. Anything they can think of. And stuff we haven't thought of yet. You should be scared. I got to tell you, there is no guarantee Trump is going to win this election, especially if it goes through the court system. There is no guarantee we will win the House or the Senate. None. No guarantee. When you look at what Ilhan Omar is currently doing, go to Project Veritas to see the video. Okay. I got news for you. There's no guarantees here. And if we don't win the House and the Senate, Trump winning is not going to do much anything. Unless he's going to start putting actual people with well-known names in jail from the government and former government employees, such as the former occupier of the White House or somebody, which ain't going to happen. The next 4 years will be exactly like this. This is why it's up to the American people to make sure that he wins by a landslide and we get the House and the Senate back and we start straightening some shit. Jerry, please send out hope. We need good faith. I have none left, Virginia. I think we waited too long. We have let the Muslims get a foothold in our government. We have let the fucking progressive, democratic, fucking progressive, liberal, goddamn communist socialists in the government. We've allowed all this to happen. I think we waited too long. You want my opinion? That's it. I sit here night after night after night, and I don't see nothing getting better.
Well, Jerry, that is the American way. Even though we can't stop people from voting for them, but it's the way it works.
No, that's true.
You know, we're fucking ourselves by our fucking our own liberties. We're fucking ourselves by our own liberties.
Yep. And there are other people out there fucking us with our own liberties, such as the friendlies. They use our own laws and our own liberties against us. And they're very quiet now. And I don't believe there's going to be billions of fucking Trump supporters in the fucking road like we got liberals now tearing up cities. I don't believe that for a second. I believe whether Trump wins or loses, there's going to be riots.
Oh yeah, it won't stop regardless.
No.
They'll just be more empowered if Trump loses.
I believe that if Trump loses and Joe Biden gets in and, you know, Kamala Harris has a lot to do with this shit and we lose the Senate and they keep the House, I believe there'll be a war. I believe we'll have a civil war. My sources are predicting a topple in both the House and the Senate, both being Republican dominant with the Trump in the White House. Well, that's great. But you know something? I don't care. Because all it is guessing. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The Republicans have zero track record of doing too much of anything against any of this. They scream a lot. That's it. They do investigations that go nowhere. They do all that, but they do very little otherwise. If Trump doesn't win, it will affect my country, not in a good way. It makes me very nervous, from Destiny Paris. If Trump doesn't win, it's going to affect a lot of countries. A lot of countries. Mostly ours. It will take more than another Trump president to build it better next time. I agree. Trump will need 15. I've been saying this for like fucking 4 years. Trump's going to need 15 terms to figure this shit out, and he ain't going to live that long. Plus, he can't run for 15 terms currently anyway. Okay. Right. And there's no other Trump out there. I mean, we have a lot of guys who can talk a good game, but Trump came in, talked a good game, and did. Okay. And did. There are no other Trumps out there.
Yeah, no, there's not. And what gets me is, these Democrats and liberals, or whatever the hell you want to call. Well, fucking Hillary never did.
Yeah. No, she did. She called him and conceded. She was drunk, apparently.
Well, in words only.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I guess there's probably paperwork. I don't know. Yeah. I actually don't know how that system works. I know that the one candidate is supposed to call the other one when they know they lost, which was in that election. There was no doubt. But, Max says it's not just yours, Destiny.
Oh, really?
America must not fall.
I mean, Trump and Biden ain't even going to the fucking debate tomorrow. It's against the law now. So why you got to call and concede? Be a way you go, hey, Donald, fuck you, asshole.
Everybody's putting their hopes on Don Jr., and that's great. And I get that. I do, believe it or not. But, he is not fucking Trump. He is not fucking Trump. There is only one Trump. Okay. That's the good thing. He showed Americans, contrary to what politicians say, it can be done. That is absolutely correct, Deborah. That's one good thing. Yeah, he did do that. He absolutely did that. He showed Americans that it could be done. It would not surprise me in the least he wins. They put the federal government puts a lawsuit through the Supreme Court, and they lose Roe versus Wade. More riots. We stop, giving money to Planned Parenthood, shit like that. He's definitely pro-life. He's come out and said he is. Right? But he can't say too much because
fully repeal Obamacare.
Yeah, which.
You guys see that wacky story that came out of Chicago or something? Like a 5-year-old stabbed somebody to death or something?
I don't know.
No, the 5-year-old got stabbed
by his mother. Yeah, she killed her own kid with a knife. There are many more Trumps out there. We must encourage him to step up to the plate. As far as personality, I'm a Trump. But what the fuck do I know? The fuck do I know? Stephen, you're a Trump. I don't think the world can handle that, but next to Trump. That's why we voted for him, because we are him. We don't care what the mainstream and the political correct bullshit is. We say what we think. And that's great. But we still ain't him with his money. There are young people who can fill Trump's seat. If Trump wins, stabilize the country, and then another winner can take his place. Don Jr. is not. Trump is not going to be able to stabilize the country. When you have a group of people, and there's a shitload of them out there that hate him so much they don't care what he does. And if he turns around, takes away Roe versus Wade, or gets out of the United Nations, or some shit like that, okay, that's going to make it worse. These people don't want to be calmed down. They don't want to be united. Unless everybody is agreeing with everything they say, then they want to be united. Okay? There is no uniting this country. Hell, these people are saying all the shit about Trump that we said about Obama. Difference being is Matt is a Campbell's alphabet soup type of Trump. He got you there, man. You Campbell's soup alphabet type soup fucking guy. Right. This country since Obama's
I don't copy that. What does it mean? Say it again.
Yeah. Our founding fathers never intended on Washington, D.C. being full of lawyers running our country. Our founding fathers never expected judges to do anything but uphold the law. And certain judges telling me, or any, I guess pretty much any, most judges, not any judge, most judges can tell you if a law is unconstitutional. And you have a process that goes to the Supreme Court that will make the final decision. They're not supposed to legislate from the bench. But damn near every politician in Washington is a fucking lawyer. And why? Because they have to write these laws. And why? Because these laws are full of shit. 99% of them are full of crap that does nothing but give money to government. The left's only car is to scare us. Sounds like what's that? Yeah, and they're blaming the Republicans for that. That's their main thing right now. All the political ads for Trump or for Biden are he's trying to scare everybody. Okay, I have news for you, and I've been saying this for 5 fucking years. We are not scared. We are pissed off. Riots come to my little fucking town, and I guarantee you I will be there knocking heads. We are not scared. We are fucking pissed off. I'm tired of being told I'm scared of something.
Well, that is the whole thing. I mean, they will not venture out of downtown areas because they know they're going to get the fuck shit kicked out of them. It's not as dire as they predict. Oh, America's going to. No. The places they burn is the only fucking places they're going to do. They ain't going to do that all around the fucking country. That ain't going to happen.
No. You want to know why? There's already videos. They go into these neighborhoods and people get together and knock the fuck out of them. We ain't scared. We're sick of it. We're fucking sick of it.
Yeah, they just burn and loot their own damn neighborhoods. They don't venture out anywhere, what the decent people do.
No, and they keep threatening to, but everybody out. Yeah, what he says is right. They keep threatening to, but the decent people, as he's talking about, they live in the neighborhoods and so on and so forth, got their own fucking problems. Tell them bring it. We'd love to have you. For the 5 minutes it's going to take us to beat you into a bloody mess. You try that shit here.
Yeah, Louisiana's not.
Well, that's part of the Democratic propaganda. They're trying to brainwash people and saying every city in the country feels the same. That it's a revolution. That doesn't, no, it ain't even close. It's a fucking minor percentage, and people aren't that fucking stupid. They're gonna put up with that bullshit. It's a joke, man. It's a fucking, they keep plugging it. Look what's happening, the city's burning, city. It's like cities that most 95% of the country don't give a fuck about in the first place.
Somebody named Gene Smith or Jeanne Smith. I guess it's Gene. Jeanne, Gene Smith. I've never seen the name before. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. BLM is a new KKK against whites. It's true. They used to have they still do, but it used to be the Black Panthers. There used to be a lot of different things, but now it's BLM. And BLM is not so much, I mean, the people in the street don't like whites, obviously. And if they're white, they don't like themselves. But it's more of a political group than it is anything else. It's a Marxist political group that is making these wishy-washy, spineless politicians do their bidding. So, but thank you for your comment. Thank you. That's my opinion. Everybody's got their opinion, but they are definitely a racist group. Young liberal whites mostly. Some of them are old, but most of them are young because they're useful idiots. In front of my business till they saw half my employees standing along the fence with loaded firearms, employees of all races. Yeah, exactly. David Callaghan, how you doing? Yep. They're not coming out here. Matt says it every show just about. They're not coming out here. They're not probably coming. I don't know if Matt has any guns or not or whatever, and he shouldn't say, but they're not coming to his neighborhood. I don't see him coming to Nick's neighborhood, that kind of shit. So, and anybody else, they're not coming to our neighborhoods. They're not.
Oh, they don't want to do that shit around here.
First of all,
Louisiana.
So yeah, you look down my street, you'll see six Old Glories flying and about 3 or 4 Marine Corps flags flying on the other side of the street. It ain't gonna happen out here.
Yeah. So, I mean, out here where I live, okay, the only convenience store to loot would be closed at 6 o'clock. It's 10 miles back to town. There is no bus system, so that'd be a long ass march. And the next closest town is probably, Chiefland would be the closest, and then you have Cedar Key, which is about 25 miles away, and that's not very big, but they have some businesses in there. I guess they could loot, I don't know. But in the end, I'm going to tell you something. This Black Lives Matter bullshit, regular everyday black people probably cannot stand this shit. They act like it's every black person in the world hates Trump, and it's not true. And Trump is giving them a shit ton of money. He's a politician now. He needs to deem Antifa and BLM a terrorist group.
Most of them don't.
He has deemed Antifa a terrorist group and the KKK. He cannot politically put BLM in that. He can't do that. To do the right thing, he should. But there would be lawsuits. There would be this. There would be that. The good thing about it is that you would find out a lot more about the inner workings of BLM. And I'm not talking about in the street. I'm talking about up top. I was talking to a black guy the other day. He was shocked about how things are in Texas. He thought we were a bunch of racist KKK cowboys down there, but found out a bunch of fun, helpful, open-minded people. He was from Detroit. Exactly. See, exactly.
Well, yes, most black people don't buy into that
No.
bullshit that everybody's against them. They, they're probably doing well. Nobody's ever fucking kept them down from anything, and they see also that these people getting shot are not good people that don't want to go back to jail.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's how it gets to that fucking point.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Cops don't go out looking to kill a motherfucker. I can promise you that right now.
Way too much paperwork. And
yeah,
why screw up your fucking day and your life for shooting somebody?
and
Why do that?
Sued and everything, you lose everything.
Exactly. Why do that if you don't have to? If somebody's shooting at you, that motherfucker's dead if he's shooting at me, and I have everything to say about it. I mean, he's a good shot. I guess I'm dead. But in the end, that old saying, better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6, is actually true. Just that these days, if you're a cop, it's hard to be judged by 12 too. But we're going to find out some shit here. Like what happened with the cops over there that shot the woman.
Judged by TV now.
Yeah.
12 million.
Yep. But we're going to find out about the cops in Minnesota and exactly what they did and what the charges are. And we're going to find out all kinds of shit about that. This poor guy got malicious wounding or whatever the fuck it was he got from the Taylor case. We're going to find, you know what? I suspect some of these cops are going to be found innocent. And what's going to happen? They're going to start burning cities again. George Floyd was a piece of fucking dope-dealing, dope-taking garbage who was trying to apparently pass a $20 bill, last I heard. That could have changed. I don't know. That was fake. And he fought the cops for like 10 fucking minutes.
Oh, yeah. He did 11 years in penitentiary at a third-degree felony. Just your upstanding fucking citizen.
If anyone is wanting to make improvements to my shit hit the fan kit, we can have lunch and discuss it. PM for number. I don't think we're going to need shit hit the fan kits. I think most people are going to stay in place. I'm in no condition anymore to go out and fight a fucking war, but I will fight one right here on the dirt, and that'll be the end of that. There's not going to be some mass this. There might be mass people as refugees. If there's a real war moving out of the cities, at which point you're going to have to defend your towns because they're coming here. They're coming here. And they're bringing whatever the fucked up shit they had in the cities, and they're bringing it here. We are the reason we politicians have too much power. We have been either voting them back in, don't get involved at all. We've allowed politicians to make us feel like we don't know a damn thing about the government. That I have been saying for 5 or 10 years now. It is our own damn fault. Too many people sit on the couch, don't get involved, don't realize this, don't realize that, and suddenly one day they're trying to do something, find out they can't, and they're pissed off. Here's a question for you guys. I've been asking it for 25 fucking years. No one has ever been able to give me an answer to it. Name one thing you can do where the government is not involved. And then tell me about how much freedom we actually really have. We have more than many countries. There is zero doubt of that. And I'm not taking that away from America. But the government is involved in every single thing we do in our daily fucking lives, and they're not very good at it. If they were, we wouldn't be eating poison in our food, drinking water that's poisoned, breathing air that's poisoned half the fucking time, and everybody getting cancer in this goddamn country. Greg Stroop, Kenosha shows that most of the people protesting are paid shitbags like pedophiles, wife beaters, and thieves. They all show that. Every city that's having this happen, they all show that. Every one of them. And a lot of them are driven in from out of state. I live in a tiny, tiny city in Maryland, and they are here now. We have organized a Trump group to counteract them. Be careful. These people are using violence. They don't care who gets hurt. They don't care how old you are. They don't care how young you are. They don't care. And that is going to get worse and worse. And if Trump wins, will explode across this country the day after the election.
Oh, you'll see this jackass woman that decided she wants to ram her car into a bunch of Trump supporters.
No, I saw the headline. I didn't read it because I didn't have time. What was that about?
Well, she was a leftist lunatic.
Right.
Decided that she was just going to run her car into Trump supporters. But here's the trick. The New York Times, I think it was, of course, did tell the truth. They didn't say who hit who and who did what. But the NPR and another paper or something straight up said this person ran into Trump supporter. So this stupid bitch has 2 attempted murder charges against her and aggravated assault.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd have to see more information on that. Actually,
yeah. No, it was.
Like I said, I ain't gonna stop for a group of people. I don't know who the fuck they are. I don't care what flags they're carrying. I ain't stopping for no fucking group of people.
No, this woman ran through the group.
Yeah, it's right here
They
on.
were Trump supporters.
It's right here on Fox News. It's the you got the top story, the 2 underneath it. It's the actually the second story on Fox News on the website. And the next one is apparently Brad Parscale has been arrested and he threatened to kill himself. And he was at one time Trump's campaign manager or something. But yeah. Let's turn that off. I've had enough of it. But in the end, folks.
I played that.
Yeah, and Trump brainwashed him, so you can see how evil Trump is because he brainwashed this guy.
Yeah, apparently. All right, we are out of time. It is 9 o'clock. I want to thank everybody and our new watcher, I guess, Gene Smith. Thank you for dropping by with us. We'll be back Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. The name of the page is The American Rebellion. I appreciate everybody's comments. There was plenty of them tonight. It's very nice to see for a change, even though we only got 18 people. But nevertheless, it's hard to do these shows without the comments. When they start dragging, it's hard to do this show. So thank everybody for that. Matt, any last words for this evening?
Yeah, I'll tell you, there's never forget the American ingenuity. A guy down at the bottom of my street, at the bottom of the hill, he always makes a lot of, Halloween decorations. But he's got this PVC pipe. It's probably about 3 diameters, like 12 foot long, like zip tied to his railing from his porch down to the street.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, he's got printed out letters that says the treat shoot. So the kids just sit down at the bottom of the railing under the treat chute, and he just, throws this shit down the PVC plate. I was like, I don't even know if you're going to get any kids coming around. I have no idea.
Hey, yeah. I got to tell you, one thing I love about America is just everyday, ordinary people coming up with shit in their head and doing it. It's great. I got to tell you, I've seen it for years and years, and I paid attention to see it, and it's been truly great. Hell, we even got 15 thumbs up and all kinds of weird shit. Let's see. Some of these people I've never heard of. That's nice. Thank you. Nick, how about you, buddy? Mr. Silent over
there. Just for clarification, Jeannie is Jeannie.
Jeannie, okay. All right.
That's how it's pronounced.
Okay.
For clarification.
Yeah, I should have known.
Other than that,
Sorry.
everybody once again be safe and sanitary, and protect your shit, and your family.
Okay, we have people
Go vote.
all over the country in this thing. We got Canada. We got I don't know if she's still here, but we have Australia. I'm from Florida. Matt's from California, the good part, and Nick is from Louisiana. You know, we're just everyday people, nothing special. Trying to figure out a world that is completely insane. And I, for one, am thankful that I have people to go to talk about it. So thank you for that. Please be vigilant, be aware of your surroundings at all times, and always remember, it's amazing what you can do when you have no other choice. My name is Jerry. On behalf of Matty K and Nick Young, we bid everybody a fine evening, and we will be back Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. I hope to see everybody there. Oh, plus I am remiss. We have actually two people, and they have been longtime watchers from England, where they have their own fun bunch of problems. Should have remembered you for sure. But anyway,